So as I'm creeping towards 1,000 ounces, I stopped and asked myself, how much silver do I really need? So let's talk about that today on Ontario Stacker. All right. How much silver do we need, guys? How much do we really need? I was thinking about that, and 1,000 ounces keeps on popping in my head. We're all setting goals as our on our way towards the next goal. 1,000 ounces. That's what I was thinking before I started making this video. And then I just did a little research on it, started thinking about it, and started thinking, what am I saving, stacking, collecting silver for? Gold too. Insurance, same old standard answers. Insurance policy, cheap insurance. It is. It's great insurance. You get to keep the premium. It's awesome. We're all trying to protect ourselves and our families here at this, getting money out of the system into our hands. I think a lot of stackers have that same goal, and I'm no different. But retirement, that's the other thing people talk about. So I'm 45, 20 years retirement, right? That's the average age for a man, 65. So am I saving for retirement in 20 years? Sure, I could look at it that way. And if I look at it that way, it's not my only retirement savings. In Canada, we have RRSPs, or Registered Retirement Savings Plans. We all get them through work. And then we have the old age pension and CPP, Canadian Pension Plan, which is a smaller little supplemental thing you can get when you're 60, 65, depending on which one you're talking about. So it's not the only part of it. So how much money do we need to retire? That's the other big question. So 65, most people are dead by 76. That's the stats. So we got 65 to 75, say it's 10 years of retirement. You're going to need $1 million if you want to spend 100 grand a year. $1 million retirement fund. Sounds like a big number to a regular working guys like us, but that's the math. You're going to have 100 grand. You want to retire good, so we'll just use that as a baseline. So if you need $1 million, most people say precious metals should be 10 to 15% of your portfolio. So that means $100,000 to $150,000 worth of precious metals is your ultimate goal, to get your 10-15% when you retire. So at that pace, you need 100 grand worth of precious metals. So are you anywhere there now? I would say you need 100 grand worth of precious metals well before retirement, and whatever inflation happens over this next 20 years, which will really affect your retirement savings plans and retirement plans, that should compensate. Store of wealth, gold and silver. So at that rate, we got to try to get to 100 grand. Huge number. Now, I realize what I'm saying sounds like financial advice, but it's not. We're just a couple guys here talking about silver. Don't take anything I have to say as if I'm some kind of financial advisor. We're just breaking down the numbers. That being said, let's move on. So, if you're like most of us that are stacking, we believe that gold and silver are going to make a big move within the next 5 to 10 years. So, I think we need to get our gold within the next 5 to 10 years. In other words, so we don't have 20 years to wait to get all this, our 150 grand worth of gold and silver. So that means right now is the time. Now is the time to be getting it, because inflation's eating away the value of the dollar. Uncertain times, now is the time to get it. If we can take a certain amount of money off every check and save that, put it into precious metals, don't touch it. It's locked away in an insurance policy. Tough times, we're going to get through it because you have that little safety net. And that's what we all really should be working towards. Now, I realize I'm starting to preach at you, and that's not what I want to do here, guys. We're all equal, throwing out ideas. Love the comments, love the feedback. Write down what you think about what I'm saying. I'd like to hear it. Sub if you haven't, like it, it's all good. So, what are the numbers? That's what you clicked here for. You want to know the numbers. Well, the numbers right now for me 1,010. 1,000 ounces of silver, 10 ounces of gold. That's what I'd like to have. Is it enough? No, because I'll tell you what, it's never enough. How rich do you need to be? It'd be better to always have a little bit more? Of course, definitely. So that's where I'm at with the silver. Silver is, I'm working towards 1,000, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to keep on buying stuff I like as I go. Gold, I've only really started collecting gold this year. Started with the 10 ounce or the 1/10 coins. I'm going to be trying to get one of these, two of these every month until I can fill this tube up. Plan is to fill that tube up this year. Get my first 2 ounces in 2024 and then go from there. I'll probably move to 1 ounce coins after that. Save that premium and try to get to that 10 ounce goal. All the same time, just picking up silver as I go. I'm going to really push towards gold at that point because, as you know, anybody gets close to 500 or 1,000 ounces, the weight is significant on that much silver. You're almost 7 pounds for every 100 ounces, so you can do the math on that. 7 times 5 for 500. A monster box. That's 35 pounds per monster box. Double that for 1,000 ounces. So 1,000 ounces, you're almost 70 pounds. So that's a lot. Probably why most of us start moving into gold at some point. But 70 pounds, you could have that hidden away. You can get up to 2,000, 3,000. You can really have it up there. If you really plan on having gold and silver as a major chunk of your retirement, it's going to be a massive amount. Like 10% is 150,000. If you're going to be doing like 10 times 10, what you're going to need 10,000 ounces, and that's not even that 10,000. That's like 30 grand plus another 10 ounces of gold. That's another 30 grand. You're not even at 100 grand yet. You're 60 grand times 10. You're going to quickly run out of space. I don't know. It depends what your goals are with stacking. It's a great insurance policy. It's a good hedge on inflation. It's good savings. It's good retirement savings. But I think the numbers to actually cover all of your retirement are just massive. So if we're sticking to like 10-15% of your retirement savings, you can get there 150 grand worth, depending if you're American, Canadian, but you can still use the same number. So using Canadian numbers, say gold is 2,900 an ounce, times 35 is $101,000. 2,900 times 50 is 145,000. So you need between 35 to 50 ounces of gold to get that 150,000 mark. And silver would be, average price is $40. So 40 times 2,500 would give you the 100 grand. Or the 40 times 3,750 would give you the 150 grand. So 2,500 ounces of silver to 3,700 ounces of silver. Quite a big number. And then 35 to 50 ounces of gold would be the equivalent. So those are the numbers we need to be shooting for. 35 to 50 ounces of gold, or 2,500 to 3,700 ounces of silver. That would get us to at least 10 to 15% of our retirement needs. So big numbers. I'm surprised. I just did the math on this myself, so I know where I'm at with my stacking. You know where you're at with your stacking. So I hope that gives us all a good answer. I know nobody wants to give the answer in these videos. Well, that's my answer. 35 to 50 gold, 25 to 3,700 ounces silver. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, guys. Peace.